So
it might be the hot dog
we
thing.
made it through the day. Now we are back in Friday Harbor
For the night.
at Albert Jensen's shipyard, right anchored outside
For the night.
for the night. Tomorrow we start fresh, wake up, and go to Bellingham.
6.5 hour sail.
Yep. But
Today-
here you go. Here is our...
How fast did we get up to today?
Well, when we were coming into the Friday Harbor area, we got up to 8.
There was a point in time, why don't you tell them about how you were going in circles?
With the sails up.
You can't flip it around.
Me asking for a cigarette is blackmail? How is that blackmail?
Because,
There's
You
Christina.
said- can you do the video for me? And can I have a cigarette? Never mind. This is
I get
recorded.
what you're saying.
Okay. Well, anyway, so go ahead with your
But
story.
anyways, so we decided that we were going to put the sail up. And so when we had put the sail up, the jib caught, and it immediately wanted to take me.
What? Yeah, no, leave it like it is. Keep going with the story.
Okay, well, because your recording got a little messed up. But anyways, as soon as we raised the jib, it caught and it tried to take me backwards. It spun me to my port side and just wanted to take me in the whole 360, and so I would have to throw it in gear, give it some throttle to straighten it back out. Then I would try again, and it would just catch and send me right back into a circle. I lost my place. Where
You were
was
talking
I?
about you going 360 with the jib up.
Okay, and so Dad is starting, he's a passenger driver type person. So he wants to be all up in your grill and what you're doing wrong and how you can do this better. And so he's screaming at me that I need to go to the right. And I'm like, I am trying to go to the right. I got the wheel all the way to the right.
Did you get that, guys? Go ahead. You were supposed to be going left, but you had the wheel all the way to the right.
No.
That's
I was
what
supposed
you
to be
just said,
going
though.
right, but I'm going left. And it's like me turning right ain't doing nothing to it. I got the wheel as far as it can go without locking it. And so finally I was like, here, you take over and you try. And it did it to him a couple times and sent him into some 360s. And then we saw a sailboater going in about the same direction as us, and he's going, I don't know, how fast do you think he was going? Way faster than we were, because he came from behind us and he passed us.
I needed to trim anyway, right, Mama?
Then we finally dropped the jib, and we started to come into the Friday Harbor Inlet. And, well, the inlet for Friday Harbor and Lopez Island. And it was so crazy. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to go into my channel, and I'm turning the wheel, and I'm trying to drive straight. It says I'm going 6.3, but when I look up, I can see the island in front of me going like this. Slowly getting more and more in front of me. And he's like, you're moving. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm moving, but I'm not moving that way. I'm moving that way. And so he's like, no, you're not. You're moving that way. You're moving forward. You're moving. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not
She
moving
was.
forward. I'm moving that way. We got into a little bit of an argument. Finally, I was like, here, Finan, you want to see? Take over. And I backed off, gave him the wheel. He took over. You tell him what.
She relinquished command twice. She has a long way to go to be a captain.
The second time I relinquished, though, was because you just kept
No.
pounding me. You're going to the left. Now you're going to the
But-
right.
but hold on.
You're going to the left.
Didn't
you're going to
Anna,
the right.
didn't yesterday she said I need you to take the wheel. I can't do this.
Yes.
Yesterday. When did I do that? No, yesterday I pretty much drove the whole day.
No, you had a point where you couldn't handle some of the.
But that's
turns,
okay.
But that's okay.
It's
Or
like I
maybe
told
it was
her.
getting there.
She has to understand.
That was
She has to learn how to take constructive criticism, because you have to listen. If you listen, you can
But
you
know
can
what?
get
He
it straight.
wasn't
You can
having
get
an
the
easy
situation
time
straightened
going
out.
through that either.
That's true.
But he controlled
But
the boat a
I
lot
controlled the boat. The problem is you didn't control the boat.
better. We can't control the boat yet. We don't know.
I was going through the same thing, and it was trying to flip me around and all that too.
Okay.
And especially coming into the inlet there, that was really something. You were trying to go in. The first problem was the part of the inlet that you were trying to go into was the wrong part, and so
Whatever, I was trying to.
wasn't there
enter
two
where
ways
the
in,
track was.
Jenny?
Uh-huh.
Because when we did the
Yes.
the big U-turn,
There was
I
like
went
5
in
different
the
ways
other way in.
No, there's 3. You have the way coming from the ocean, from the Pacific, and then you had the one coming in from the way we were coming, and you were trying to go through the little one, which got 2 islands of rocks pointing outward, and that's too skinny for us. So you needed to go around to the big one and go in like your dad did.
But that's why we were getting That's why we were getting pushed to that island, because that was where the twirl was.
Right.
And so, but no big
All
deal.
I know is
I
I
know
wasn't
I'm
going,
going
forward.
360.
I was going.
Sideways.
Yeah, I know I was doing 360, so yeah, I'm not a very good steer.
When the
the sailboat.
motoring, I do just fine. When the sail goes up, that's what I gotta learn.
But you know what? That's the whole reason why we're in the Straits and not in the Pacific.
Yet.
Because we have to learn this boat and how to properly manage it. Because this boat is definitely a handful.
It doesn't find the wind very easy either. You are working trying to find that wind, but when you finally do find it, you see your speed go up. But the minute you go out of that wind pocket, you immediately drop your speed again.
Yeah, but we the other day we got up to 10. That made me nervous, and we started
we were
to.
going through the gale force winds.
We started dropping sails to reef sails to try to lower speed, and finally got to about 6, and then we rode that. But considering we're trawler people, on the trawler we maintain 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Sometimes we can do our trawler speed. Sometimes we can go a heck of a lot faster. And I understand watching the other YouTube videos where they're just sitting in the middle of the ocean, just floating for days, because
They
we
ain't
could.
got no wind.
Yeah, if
They
we didn't
don't
have,
enough to use their motor.
it's a good thing we got a kick-ass motor, because that motor kicks in when the wind don't kick in. But then I would.
Then you have to limit how much you motor because we only hold 35 gallons, so.
And what I just kind of starting to discover is I think we're going to average just under 1 gallon an hour. So,
You can't have that.
the smaller sailboats, they do that half gallon an hour stuff. But we're closer to a gallon. But we used 8 gallons and got 39 miles.
We've done pretty good because when we left here,
And that's including going in circles.
when we left here, we were on a full tank. We went all the way down to Seattle and back, and we're just now getting under the quarter of a tank. You said.
Yeah, we used 3/4 of a tank to go from here to
Seattle.
Townsend, then Townsend to
We went from
for Hudson to where
Hadlock, wasn't it?
or
Port
Port
Hadlock.
Hadlock, from
Port
there
Hadlock
to Pebble Apple
Grove.
Tree Grove Cove,
and then Apple Tree Cove down to Seattle, where you guys saw the video of me doing the cruise ship. We were in Seattle.
and then basically we reversed that and came all the way back.
Yep. We went back from Seattle back to Apple Tree Cove. Back to the Port Hadlock. We skipped Port Townsend and we came straight here.
You just want to pull in Grammy's bra. That's all. You see something you like.
The water, for the most part, is calm. We aren't doing circles.
Yeah, we're kind of sitting in one spot for a change.
And you're nice.
And it's
It looks nice.
it's a very nice view.
Look at you. What are you doing?
You know what I need to do a video for you guys?
Uh,
I need to do a short video of what it's like to do the anchor watch. Show y'all a little bit. Y'all see us doing anchor watch in the day and stuff, and when we anchor down, we do the video of our anchor spot, but you guys don't see the overnight process.
So this is how we pay attention to.
See behind you, huh? You are just so curious. You are just so curious.
So that
Wow, 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 wow.
is how we pay attention.
And
So
then
when that
usually-
39.5 gets to 100 feet,
Are you running a track on avionics?
then all hell breaks loose. And then we monitor also with a track right there, which shows us what the boat is actually doing. And of course, the arrow is the boat.
What are you looking in there for?
So we kind of know that we dropped the anchor over here, and we just been bouncing around where the anchor
That was
is.
the jewelry.
Yes, she does. They spelling him in my bra back strap.
We're in 70 feet of water.
Yeah.
We did that out about 100, and
I think we almost have 180 in, or close to 180, or we have 180 in.
so we're running about a. I know if anybody's even paying attention to these videos, I'm sure somebody might say something, but we're doing right here. We're using about a 2.5 scope, because you got boats everywhere, and so you can't even let out a whole lot, and that requires an anchor watch. And you can continue that story, Sabrina, about anchor watch.
Requires usually me or mom alternate. We take turns. I'm doing the first watch, and then sometimes we wake each other up. Sometimes we do the whole night. Just depends on what kind of night anchor watch is.
If it's a calm
We've
night.
been having some decent nights, so we haven't really been doing much of the shift change.
I did the anchor watch the last 2 nights because it was calm nights.
And what they mean by that is that they're just kind of monitoring the this information here
Battery.
and making sure that the boat isn't drifting and we just don't know it. So they can take naps, but they have the anchor watch, which means, every 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of see what's going on. And it's supposed to be that the girls split it up in half. So since it gets nighttime, it doesn't get dark until 10 o'clock here, and it's starting to get daylight at 5. So you only have an 8 hour nighttime. So if the girls were to split it, one would do 4 hours, one would do 4 hours. Now the one who does the first watch gets kind of lucky because nobody goes to bed till about 10:30, so they still have a little company in the meantime. And then the person who gets woken up for the second 4 hour shift, well, that's like they're waking up to start the day.
I know when
So
I do the second shift, I always have company because Bebe's awake with me usually.
yeah, and if Christina's awake at then you get to play with her while you're doing anchor watch until she's ready to go back to sleep, and that's always kind of cool. Sabrina just sitting there trying to untangle her chains. Well, okay. This is what it was like today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anything else you want to say?
No. Just if you do enjoy the videos,
Subscribe.
You can subscribe. It's Sailing the Temptress.
Alright, well, okay. I'm going to stop the video here. Have a nice day, everyone.